Once he used sport league.
I was excited
I hope
about
he,
that.
I hope he does.
Yeah, no,
We got a good
that was
group.
one I couldn't say no to.
We need some expertise that you have. Because I think everybody's struggling with the fight. We even have Dia that would. I mean, you can't get any better if you have Dia.
Dia, you were the two big seller.
I mean, you're right there. I did. You do an excellent job. I don't think I can. See that. I probably wouldn't.
It is 5 o'clock. Stand for a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Call the roll. Mr. Williams and Mr. Barnes Griffin is absent tonight. Mr. Heater,
Present.
Mr. Irvin,
Present.
Mr. Lowell,
Present.
Mrs. Washburn.
Present.
All right, and I am present. Sort of. All right, so Mr. Chuck, go for it.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us again tonight. I'll try to keep this brief. I know everyone's really busy, and apparently it's opening night of the fair, so we want to get out and get something on a stick, deep fried. So, hey, speaking of fair, it's that time. So the band performs this week with their opening contest Friday night at Jay County. It's a short drive, wonderful little venue, and you can't beat a Lion Burger. I always get a Lion Burger, Brad, when I head down to the fair. So they perform this Friday at Jay County, and then we're at home on Saturday. We'll have 24 bands here. All of the top contenders in the state will be there, so it's a great time to come out. We'll project probably well over 2,000 spectators and probably close to 1,000 students and staff and parents that are there to help. So it'll be a wonderful night to showcase our facilities and of course our community. They fortunately or unfortunately, I guess depending on what side of the fence you're on, opening day is quickly approaching for students and staff. So we got a few key dates that I shared last month, but deserve sharing again. July 28th. From 10 to 4, our buildings will all be open for registration, so folks can come in and get registered. There'll be lots of staff members there that if you like to take a look at the building and check things out, I'm sure people will let you do that as well. Also that day, we have the Fit Fair with Meridian Health. They're going to host a Fit Fair at Muncie Southside during that time, and you can lots of games and freebies and blood pressure checks. You get a low-cost sports physical there at that time. And really, if you have kids from all across the district, anybody can go there and participate. It's just not for Southside families or Grissom families, but anybody across the district can go there, participate in the Fit Fair, get some of those low-cost or freebie items that Meridian will be offering, and also register and complete your enrollment forms at that time too. Just because you're at Southside, you can get help completing those forms for any school at that time. So certainly a wonderful opportunity for our families and through our partnership with Meridian. And then our second day of enrollment fair will be July 29th from 1 to 6. Again, at all of our buildings, they'll be open from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. to get help with registration. Again, to check out the buildings and what have you there. July 24th, we've been working closely with Auxilio just to ensure that you have bus transportation. We'll call you ahead of time, give you a very short time window for pickup, but that's July 24th. July 24th, if you are in need of transportation or want to ensure that you have transportation, please log on to our website, hit the transportation button, fill out that quick Google form, and you will ensure through Auxilio that we'll have transportation for you on that first day. You'll receive a call from Auxilio letting you know what time they'll pick you up or be by your place or your designated stop. As I mentioned, first student day or first teacher day is Monday, August 10th, and our first students will be back on Wednesday, August the 12th. Just a wonderful time of the year. You know, it's a new beginning. Buildings are fresh, floors are waxed, carpets are cleaned, windows are shiny, all those things. It's just a wonderful time of the year. Should also mention that we have a new policy going into effect that we approved some time ago with our student handbooks through the Indiana legislation, the new cell phone usage policy. Specifically for our high school. Last year, maybe 2 years ago, we transitioned to middle schools having it off and in their locker during the school day. Per Indiana code, cell phones are banned from bell to bell and have to be inaccessible for students. And for Muncie Community School students, that means they need to be in your locker. And that will be a shift for our high school students, or really our 10 through 12. The incoming freshmen have been living with it for a few years. But our 10 through 12 students, that'll be a change for them. They've not done that for a while, if at all. So be looking for some promotional information, sent out by Mr. Klotz, and of course, Mr. Walker will be sending that information out as well. And then I'm going to give a little time to Brad about some special projects that we have coming up in the near future.
Yeah, thank you. We have been working on for a number of months the planning for an upcoming future building project. It's really multiple maintenance projects. I'd like to just read a brief scope of this as we've been working with Schmitz Associates Architects. A lot of paving projects and a lot of roofing, but the scope of these projects will include multiple maintenance projects across our district. This is planning for about $6.8 million of planning for the particular bond project to do these maintenance projects. What this involves is our roofing replacement, even though we're doing some roofing right now in about 3 different school locations this summer. We still have more that are considered D or F rated that need to be replaced in the next 1 to 2 years. So we're trying to take that on. And we're also doing paving projects in a lot of our schools. And we have a list of paving projects. Believe me, it's almost at every site, even including what you see out here in this parking lot, which obviously we inherited from Ivy Tech 8 years ago. Just some noticeable ones on paving, certainly at Muncie Central High School. On the Walnut Street side, the east side of the building, there's multiple paving on the other side too. So anyway, we're going to try to do as much as we can within this available bond project for us. It'll also, if we can fit in, that's why we're scoping this out with our architects to see if all our laundry list of projects we can do can fit under about $5.1 million of construction costs, with the rest being kind of the soft costs. We've also talked about exterior walkway canopies at a couple of our buildings, Longfellow Elementary and Northview. We had done that a few years ago. Then we had to kind of pivot on that and come back with a more permanent solution. And also there's some improvements that we've talked about here at the Career Center in the vocational area on some of the classroom areas. So things that are needed to see if we can continue to upgrade some of our facilities that are needed. And what we're going to do, we'll talk more about that at our next board meeting. We'll have some additional information on that. But we'll also expect that to be a bond project. It would end with a really short payback as well. So I did at least want to mention that to the board tonight. So.
And it's maintenance. Most of them are maintenance pieces. They're not anything flashy or over the top, but it's making sure that our facilities and buildings are well maintained. So good. Thanks, Brad.
And it's been, this past summer, obviously, we're doing about 5 or different locations at Northside Middle School with, work inside the building on the boiler room area, and then at Southside Middle School for the track, as well as tennis courts going in at Muncie Central High School, the tennis courts there. Also inside the building, the carpet looks tremendous.
It's fantastic.
Brand new
I was in the
carpet,
building today and it just changes the look
A
of the
whole new
building.
design of carpet, upstairs and downstairs, library, most classrooms, exterior doors are being replaced. Very much needed. Some of those probably original doors, some other doors might have been 30+ years. So just a time for a refresh on a lot of infrastructure items. That's what's going on this particular summer. And they're all, can't forget the field house, which is a new boiler room chiller area. The concrete was poured, I believe, today, or was that yesterday? The footers and the concrete floor was poured. So a lot of things going on this particular summer, trying to get finished. Not all of that will be finished. The field house will not be finished in a few weeks, but most of those other projects, they're trying to get finished before school starts. So
Great. Thanks, Brad. I think that's it for me.
If I may,
Yep.
Excellent.
Physicals?
Yep.
On July the 28th, I'd be remiss
Yes. Yep.
if I didn't mention that on July the 29th, right next door at our YMCA between 5 and 8. You missed that opportunity on the 28th. Students can go in on the 29th at the YMCA and get the physicals.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Free.
That's excellent.
That is great.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have any public participation tonight? All right. All right, we're going to move to our consent agenda. Now, I understand we have a new teacher that is here. Miss Miller, is that right? All right, you want to come up and
I'm Nicole Miller, and I will be teaching elementary at Southview. So
that is great. So,
and in your kindergarten?
I
Is that
am
right?
kindergarten.
You'll be in
Yes,
kindergarten.
yes.
well, you're smiling at least. You know.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I love the elementary school kids. They are just so enthusiastic about learning, and I just can't wait to bring my expertise in.
And you've
teaching
been
them.
in the building?
I have for the last 2
Previously
years.
as
I
a-
have been in the library, so which is my background. I have a master's in library science. So.
Okay. Are you from this area?
I originally was up in Elkhart, and then I lived in Lafayette for a while where I got my master's, and then I taught at the college level information literacy classes in an academic library, and then I found the joy of the elementary school kids. And so here I am. I entered a transition to teaching program, and I love it. So
Awesome.
I got a 4-year-old little grandson I can send over your way if you,
Bring him on.
if you need something. Need a little perspective. Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the only other thing I was going to mention is Liberta Kirkland is retiring, 25 years as a custodian.
A long time, right?
Pretty big deal, so we're appreciative of her service. All right, anything else on the consent agenda we want to mention?
Move approval.
Second.
It's moved in second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, the motion carries. I guess this is Brad's show again.
yeah, I know. Tonight we have the financial report for the month of June. So we will talk briefly about our financial report. It's always good to report that we receive our state basic grant from the state. Still projected to receive about $48 million of state basic grant revenue by the end of December. Obviously, we're racing towards the October ADM student count to see how that goes. Our most recent count was 4,844. We kind of were looking at our head count numbers, the other day, and we're still projecting maybe to be down, 12, perhaps 12 teachers versus last year when we started school. Sometimes that's a fluid thing, but that's still a number that seems to be out there for us. Payroll obviously up compared to a year ago, year to date, but that's because we brought on board the maintenance facility and custodial folks last year on July 1st. So that was expected. We did make our debt payments in the month of June. We paid 4.3 million of our long-term debt payments because we make those payments in June and December.
Brad,
Yep.
could you just mention a little bit? I just want to recognize Brad and his work for really monitoring the finances for those custodial services. I mean, Brad projected that we could save up to $1 million, $2 out of operations by bringing them back on board. And Brad, have we done that?
We did it. I mean,
Yeah.
the contract that we had was $330,000 a month.
Yeah.
Is what we had with the expiring contract that had those built-in escalators with the prior company, and we decided to take a look at that and gave it that thought analysis and realized that we could bring them on board and have a little bit better control with our folks and people. And we knew we could achieve that savings, and we have. So that was exactly as we intended. I'm glad we did it.
Yep.
The operation fund is always under pressure. I'd love to come up with another rabbit out of the hat like that. We haven't found it yet, but we'll keep looking. But no, thank you.
Yeah.
And to be clear, we didn't do any adjustments to your salaries, right?
No, we did not at that particular time. All we
It's a
did was
win-win situation.
we made them
Well-
immediately eligible for the stipend pay, which that's what we did do last year for them. And so they were all eligible for the 3 stipend payments we had in September, December, and this past May. So
Yeah.
if all things went well, they could have got 1,500, 500.
And it rolled them
500,
into
500.
the public
State-
employee.
state benefits and our
State
benefits.
benefits and then our vacation and holiday schedule,
Yes.
which were additional benefits for
Which
them.
was better than what they had before, is
Yeah.
what we were told. So
And, and it's certainly, you onboard how many people, Brad? I'm sorry, 68?
we onboarded about 61 or 62 a year ago, July 1st, when Dr. Bell and her staff and I was there with all those individuals right on July 1st. And then
So those 2 offices, and in particular, Brad and Dr. Bell, really shouldered a lot of additional responsibilities for bringing those folks on board, but certainly recognized that work too, but certainly realized the savings. So I'm sorry, Brad.
No,
I just think that I just
that's
thought that
fine,
was
because it's
really worth mentioning.
it was worthwhile to do that. And they wanted to give us money. They wanted to give us $1.5 million to change our mind, and we didn't take it. So anyway, that's always good. That seems like a win.
Yeah,
That seemed like
that's huge
it
win.
was.
Yeah.
At least to make that transition. We ended the month of June, which is the fiscal year end, at a little over $36 million at the end of June. I mentioned the fiscal year end because we immediately go through a process where we have to convert our financial statements from cash basis of accounting to accrual accounting, because our financial statements get rolled up into Ball State's financial statements as a component entity. That's why that's required. So that conversion happens in July, and then the audit will happen in August with the outside company Crow Incorporated. So we've been doing that for 8 years. So we're getting better. We're getting better at that process. So, in any event, you're going to get a lot more dose of financial information from me next month, because we do our budget presentation. But the last couple of things I wanted to report on, we did. About a month ago, we reported to you, myself, Dr. Reynolds, and Jim Williams. We all made the trip to Indianapolis, and we appeared in front of the DUAB board, and that was at the tail end. That was in May, and then June 30th, the State Board of Finance met, and they approved that recommendation to change our payment term on that $12 million original loan, and that was finally approved by the Board of Finance. Then the wheels of government sometimes move slow, so they passed it on to the Department of Ed, who prepares that actual payment, because they hadn't quite gotten the memo yet that those were going to change, but they're working on it. So we did get some of that paperwork here recently that they'll make those adjustments to incorporate that change for us. And what that does for us, it helps save us about $1.1 million next year on the cash flow, and a little over $500,000 this year. So that's a win for us on our cash flow. So that's happening. Because at the time, I think we didn't know if it hadn't been fully approved yet at our last board meeting. That state $12 million loan, it was down to 4.6 million was what was outstanding at the end of June. So now that term of that loan moves from June of 2028 to June of 2030, just extends it out 2 more years. So, and we did receive our property taxes in the month of June. We received a little over 7.2 million in both the May and June. So still expecting to get a little over 12 million. So that really kind of concludes my financial report.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? All right. We do need to make a motion for that, I believe, don't we? Move approval. Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, homestead credit transfer.
Okay, thank you. This was a one-time only allowable transfer that came about at the last legislative session. So we took advantage of it, and the Department of Local Government Finance, the DLGF, they calculated this amount of money that we would be allowed to transfer from the debt service fund to the operation fund, one time only. That was $118,447.13. So we did exactly do that. We did that transfer, and we're just asking for that permission from an official standpoint to make that transfer. This amount was calculated, provided to us by the DLGF. It's to help districts reallocate their tax funds to offset the increase for the homestead credit for taxpayers, which might result in a slight reduction in property taxes for us. So that was the impact they put together. So that's what I present to you tonight, asking your permission to make that official transfer.
Is there any way that you can equate that calculation to what we think it's going to cost us?
Oh, for the future of that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought that Baker Tilly estimated the initial homestead credit impact to us as maybe 280,000 or 250,000. Yes.
I was going to say right around 300
Yeah.
is what
I thought it was
So we probably had no vision, transparency into how they calculated it.
No, I mean, they gave us the sheet.
Mhm.
It was already pre-calculated and said, this is how it was. And
Okay.
only the superintendent could make that request. I could not. You had to do that. We commiserated, made sure we did it the proper way within the proper time frame to ask for that request, even get the information, because they wouldn't let you know what the amount was unless we followed the correct protocol. So,
Any relief is appreciated.
Yes.
odd. So we
Move
did it.
approval.
We went ahead and
Move
did it.
approval.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Take it and run.
Our Operation Fund Balance appreciates that.
Yeah.
Have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Lunch prices.
I'll keep going. Okay, the lunch prices, we have that in our board packet about once a year. Our overall district is still a CEP program, community eligibility program through the federal government, which we've done that for about the last 5 or 6 years, where all our students eat free unless they also want more food and go to the a la carte line. What this does is raise our lunch prices for the adult staff and adult guests. The students, middle school and high school, still at $0 for lunch and breakfast. This raises it up 25 cents per meal, and the adult breakfast goes up by 10 cents. So this information was calculated exactly what we were allowed to do. So I present that to you tonight to ask for approval for this upcoming year.
That's incredibly cheap.
That's what I said.
I was gonna say, are the board members allowed to eat lunch?
I come over and eat lunch.
Please do, and go to the a la carte line and get more. And stop by at lunchtime and get the soda bar at Muncie Central Cafe. So
Yeah.
that rivals Starbucks and all the other coffee shops in town. So
Wow.
sugar-free, by the way.
Yeah.
So you need a motion.
Yes, we did.
We do. Second. Moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Pose same sign.
Thank
All
you.
right, Group A. Any additional comment from the board?
I had a question, and it's probably good timing with the lunch, motion that we just had. What is in place for the schools in general with the lettuce situation and the foodborne stuff? Because I got to think about how that could disrupt everything, the way it's spreading. So I just kind of wondered, I'm not worried about it, but I just wondered how we address that if it comes, I guess.
Brad, you are our
I am
food
technically our food service director.
specialist. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You answered all the other questions.
I'll put that hat on now. We will certainly comply with the best food service and food handling procedures we can by the start of school. Obviously, we're still doing, wrapping up what the summer school
Yep.
was being wrapped up where we served. Mostly it affected lettuce. And we will follow the guidance of whatever Chartwell's has been told to follow, because I know right now the big thing was on what Taylor Farms out of, that was the name of the entity or the company in, that was affecting food service areas all over the country. I mean, that must be a big supplier. I still ate at the Olive Garden over the weekend, and they assured us that it didn't come from there. So I'm hopeful that people are finding a way to solve this mystery, not getting it from those suppliers. But that's a great question. That's a super question that we will certainly pay attention to, because the focus was on the produce. It was on the lettuce and the produce from those certain suppliers. But then it's like, how do you make sure it doesn't happen again? Because we certainly want everyone to be safe.
I would guess that Chartwell's has those resources, being a larger organization, to have multiple
We will certainly
sources and
We'll
places to
certainly be
purchase
able to
from.
give you some more information on that at our next meeting for sure, because that's certainly a valid concern and question. So
One other thing that's appropriate. Congratulations, Katie. Reappointed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you for
Yeah.
coming back.
Yes.
Hey,
I mean, they submitted 3 names. I was a little nervous, but
you went through the whole process.
went through the whole process. Yeah.
We didn't scare her off either.
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, our next meeting will be the day before school starts, right? It'll be
Oh.
after our first teacher day and the day before kids come back. So just as a little preview.
Well, I'm going to take a little liberty and just celebrate a Muncie Southside graduate that went into the Ball State Hall of Fame. My son in love, so to speak, as my wife would say, Dwayne Clemens Sr. And so he's going into the Ball State Hall of Fame basketball.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
awesome. We're happy about that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, any media? Not. We'll accept A. There we go.
So move.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
I-
Opposed, same sign.
Did I miss one?
You missed one.
Okay.
All right, we are adjourned.
Welcome, Nicole.
Yeah.
If you want a little extra, I got something for you now.